As you all know, folks, and because we've been chronicling it here, that the left is attacking faith, as the FBI had memos classifying Catholics as extremists, and the FBI also arresting pro-life activists like Mark Houck. My next guest is trying to highlight his faith in IndyCar racing by putting John 3:16 on the car. Let's bring in IndyCar driver Ray Robb. Hey, man, nice to have you here. What's driving you to have a biblical message on an IndyCar?
Well, I'm going to start with my story. I've grown up in racing, and one of my big inspirations coming up to the ranks was actually not a motorsport athlete. It was Tim Tebow. And seeing him wear the John 3:16 eye black during the college national championship inspired me to also share my faith through my career in racing. And so I feel like there's a movement that's been set out by Tim that I can continue in. And so I think that it's important to use racing as my platform to glorify God with my actions. Racing is just a side effect of all the amazing doors and gifts that God has given me so far in my career.
That's awesome, man. You know what? Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there watching right now that wouldn't mind seeing John 3:16 on a racing car. If folks wanted to help you out, maybe to throw some sponsorships your way, there are still some folks in corporate America who actually believe in the Almighty. If folks wanted to help you out, where could they go?
Well, really cool thing actually. So I've partnered with one of our friends at Kingdom Racing to build a 501c3 that's available on my website, www.stingrayrob.com. And then Rob is with two B's. And so you can go on there and donate. And our goal is to reach out to the millions of people that are going to watch this year during the Indy 500. It's one of the greatest spectacles in all the world for motorsports, as well as any sport. Now, there's 350,000 plus live fans there at the event, plus all the millions watching online or around the world on TV. Broadcasting across the globe. So we want to have a John 3:16 themed race car this season for that. And so it's going to take a partnership with not just Kingdom Racing, but also the people around the world.
That would be very cool, I think. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to weigh in on some other news that's been impacting our country. You're probably aware of fired high school football coach Joe Kennedy. He reached a $2 million settlement with the anti-God school board out there in Bremerton School District in Washington State after he was fired for what they consider a sin, the sin of praying on the football field in 2015. Kennedy is going to be an assistant coach again this upcoming season after it was ruled the school had to hire him back by the end of the month. Given that religious expression is our first guarantee in the U.S. Constitution, don't we need to see more pushback against the godless folks on the left?
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And one thing I'm going to refer to here, I love the book of Philippians because it talks about the Apostle Paul when he's writing a letter from a prison cell. And he talks about how people are slandering his name, ruining his reputation. And he says, praise be to God, because Jesus' name is still being proclaimed. So I see this news, and I think that God can work through all of it. I think that all of this is for a reason and that we can trust in him, and we need to do what we can. We need to fight back. It's our job as Christians to believe in something and also speak out for that. Holding our faith captive in our hearts is important, but also spilling it into other people's lives because the truth that we have needs to be shared.
Well, seeing a young man like yourself, Ray Robb, man, it bolsters my heart in this Lenten season. Sir, thank you very much for your time and your efforts. Keep us posted on what happens, okay?